Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the gods and the goddesses and the kings and the queens. This is a short stop message. Deuces. I want to talk to y'all for a few ticks. And I know a lot of my brothers and sisters is out there, my kings and queens and my gods and my goddesses. You want to unite. You do want to unite. You want to unite like the 5 fingers that turns into a fist. The Moors, the Hebrew Israelites, the conscious community, the Christians, and the Muslims. That's 5 fingers, is all 5 pulled together and becomes one fist. But because we have different ideologies, or you have different ideologies, and you believe that your ideology is correct and the other one is not correct. But if you clearly looking at the bigger picture, you all are correct in a certain degree. We are divided in divisions. We are divided in so many divisions. I mean, we literally split in many divisions. No matter where you at in your community. In your community, you got the older crowd. You got the younger crowd, the middle crowd. You got your gangbangers. You got people doing all kinds of things in your community. You got guys who like to play basketball, football, sports. You got people who like to love reading books in your community. You got some people, when they have like African festival that goes around in the neighborhoods, in certain neighborhoods, you ever notice that some people or a lot of people don't go to support it? Sit back and watch this. Sit back and understand this, why they don't want to go to an African festival. They don't want to support that. Now, are they wrong? But then you got some people who don't want to sit down and watch basketball in these communities. You got some people who don't want to support any athletic type of program in these communities. You got some people who love to gangbang. You got some people who literally love this shit. But you got people who don't want to support that. I know some of you are like, what the fuck is he talking about? All this is in the community. I'm asking you questions. Literally. You divided because of your own opinions. But I'm going to ask you this. Do you know we always was like that? I know at one time in the ancient world, we moved in one unit as a tribe or a nation. We moved. Do your research. You're going to find this out. The whole tribe moved together to live abundant life. You would have a dividing between certain people if another one decide, when I say another, I mean one of the persons in that tribe decide to move on forward and go on a pilgrimage. It could be him or her by themselves or with maybe 4 or 5 other people. And then they might seek out different adventures and notice certain things that could be better for the tribe. But when they take this information back to the tribe, the leaders or the elders, if you will, no, we're not going to go that route, they would say. So that young stallion type of man or woman that seeked and went out that pilgrimage and done that. We should go this way. And they go over in their mind and their mind. Now the question, who's right and who's wrong? Is the elders right? Are stopping them because their young, vibrant personality had seen when they went on that pilgrimage? How and do the young, vibrant person, man or woman, do they know that the elder or someone in the tribe already done that long before them? Now, what I'm getting to my point is this. When we don't listen to each other, it becomes a weakness. And when we don't sit there and listen to the questions and the thoughts that comes out the individual's mind as they telling the story or giving advice. Only if the advice in the story is to help you. But if you're using it to try to burn someone, you're trying to get the upper hand on someone, when you're using this is why the youth and the elders do not get along. A quotation from Tupac Shakur. This quotation is when Tupac was doing an interview with one of the newscasters. Oh, matter of fact, the radio casters, the radio show. Tupac was stating, different generation try to come through the door to change life. First, they try to knock on the door. It didn't work. Second, they try to break the door down. No, excuse me. They try to pick the lock. It didn't work. Then the generation says, we try to knock, we try to pick it, now we got to break it down by force. Because ain't nobody gonna give you shit. But what Tupac understood this. He knew you gotta unite, but you're only gonna unite with the people who around you, who understand you. Be careful for the people who's around you, because they might not really unite with you subconsciously. They just flown with you. You understand? We're divided because we was always like that. We were always divided because you have your own opinions. The only division that we had in ancient time was the way of living and the resources that we needed to get. Now with all these different obstacles in the way, we are so thin, divided in so many ways. If you go in ancient times, you really believe they were talking about religion? You really think about, they was talking about spirituality and the content of how they was doing it. But they shared information because information was valuable. Remember that. The elders and the youngsters shared information to the degree when they seen or thought that the youngster was trying to go beyond the call of duty, they would bring him back and chit-chat with him in a calm state. Now, he or she, if they really needed to do what they needed to do, go out there and seek that adventure, then one way or the other, the elders was like, well, either you can go and do what you need to do, or they will force them to stay. We're somewhat like that to a point, but it's really like 1%, because too many of our people are already so caught up in the game of society, we can't trust them. So many of our people are truly caught up, and they will play mind games with you because they're already divided and split in so many different ways. Say they believe in their mind that they're helping you to a certain point. But in fact, they're hurting you because they're not keeping it real. It's sad that another culture has to smack you around, abuse you, kill you for the melanin race to think and say, what the hell's going on? Now, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of our people, and they mind, well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't my family. So they don't really care about that. As long as it didn't happen to their family, they're like, well, whatever. Now, they might feel sorry for that family that might have been smacked, beaten, and killed. But overall, nah. Because when a certain situation that is heavy and it comes to play, you can always find out a person's maturity and who they are. So I'm saying this to you, those who's listening, and I know those who's listening. Look around you. Because if you ever wind yourself up in a place that you don't want to be in, the same people you laughed with, giggled with, and you was talking massive shit with, they decide to walk away from your ass and leave you by yourself. And now you divided. Now you pushed away from the fucking herd. Remember that. We're divided thinly on so many different occasions, on so many different issues. Politics, religion, and money. This is Chocolate AMUN-RA. It's supposed to have been a short stop, but I just add on a few things. But just to let you know, and the reason why I went to ancient times and came back is because so many of you don't do your research, and so many of you don't know. You just believe what you know now. And because you believe only what you do now and what you live now in modern times, and don't understand the facts or the faculties on how our brothers and sisters and kings and queens and gods and goddesses was living is old tradition, we should say. You should learn the old ways. No, you should understand the old ways, but learn new tricks. Understand the old ways, but learn new tricks. You understand? Because some of you think you got it all mapped out. But until a major event shock you, you'll see what you truly made of. Are you with your peoples? The melanin race? Are you with your melanin race? Or you just one of individuals who's divided? And you know you're going to be divided. And you don't even know that you are divided. You just think I'm with my melanin race because you're around them. But you don't know that you divided among certain groups. 5 fingers: Christians, Muslims, Moors, Hebrew Israelites, and the conscious community. 5 fingers that form into a fist. This is Chocolate AMUN-RA. I hope you got something out of it. Peace.